stop overthinking and never lose focus again. Stoicism. Every day, you find yourself trapped in a whirlwind of thoughts. You wake up with great intentions, but as the hours pass, you navigate through a maze of potential problems that distract you from your goals. The Stoics remind you of a fundamental truth. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Imagine this. You sit at your desk, a deadline looming over you. Your mind races, contemplating every possible outcome. What if the project fails? What if your boss is disappointed? As you spiral, the critical task inches away from completion. Your heart quickens, and you feel
Your heart quickens, and you feel
the weight of uncertainty. In this moment, ask yourself, is the worry achieving anything? Or is it simply stealing your focus? Think back to a time when you allowed overthinking to paralyze you. Maybe it was a social event you dreaded, or a conversation you rehearsed endlessly in your mind. The anxiety built, but the reality turned out to be far less daunting than your imagination had suggested. What if you shifted your attention from these unproductive thoughts to actions that move you closer to your goal? The Stoic approach emphasizes that you can control your reactions, not the events themselves. Realize how much energy drains from you when you spiral into hypotheticals. Each time you catch yourself in this cycle, pause and take a deep breath. Ground yourself in the present. Ask, what can I do right now, at this moment, to progress? Consider how your coworkers react to your stress. Do they sense your tension and share in the anxious atmosphere? Or do you inspire calm in them through your focus and clarity? Your state of mind affects not just you, but everyone around you. Let's dig deeper. When was the last time you turned an anxious thought into an actionable step? How can you practice clarity today instead of falling into the trap of worry? It's time to break this cycle. For the next 24 hours, commit to reframing your thoughts when they start to spiral. Instead of dwelling on what could go wrong, focus on what you can control. What steps will you take to redirect your energy? Take this moment to transform your overthinking into decisive action. The Stoic mindset isn't about avoiding challenges, but facing them with resolve. You hold the power. Use it wisely. Before you engage with these ideas, there's something important to note. Many people have shared that YouTube has unsubscribed them without any warning. Double-check that you're still subscribed to this channel so you don't miss out on valuable Stoic lessons. And while you're here, please give a strong like. It really helps us reach more people. Share in the comments which city you're watching from. I love connecting with everyone in our community. Your voice matters and makes a difference. In this moment of reflection, let's deepen our understanding of the Stoic philosophy and its practical implications. You might find yourself still caught in that whirlwind of thoughts, the pressure of a deadline looming larger than life. But what if we shifted our perspective about challenges? Instead of viewing them as burdens, let's see them as opportunities for growth. Picture this. You're in a daily meeting with your team. Everyone's discussing a setback, and the energy feels heavy. Instead of joining the fray of negativity, what if you became the calm amidst the storm? Your presence could shift the atmosphere. By focusing on solutions rather than problems, you lead not just yourself, but others towards clarity. Consider the Stoic concept of amor fati, the love of one's fate. It teaches us to embrace every situation, good or bad, as part of a greater journey. When You accept challenges as inevitable. They lose their power to overwhelm you. What would happen if you started each day with this mindset? Instead of fearing what could go wrong, you could ask, what can I learn from this? Let's discuss a common obstacle, the fear of failure. It creeps in quietly, whispering doubts. What if you're not good enough? What if you disappoint everyone? Stop for a moment. Breathe deeply. Feel your feet grounding you to the floor. Is this fear rooted in reality? Or is it an illusion, a reaction to the unknown? Think back to a time when you held back because of fear. Did the outcome really match the horror you imagined? More often than not, it didn't. The truth is, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Now I invite you to challenge your beliefs. Notice when you get lost in worry. Use that moment as a cue to redirect your focus. Ask yourself, what is within my control? What action can I take right now, despite the fear? Visualize yourself at your desk once more, faced with that looming project. Instead of letting anxiety engulf you, envision breaking it down into small, manageable steps. One by one, tackle these tasks. You start to feel lighter, the weight of overthinking dissipating. And remember, you're not alone in this journey. Your reactions influence those around you. When you embrace a clear, composed mindset, you inspire the same in your coworkers. How do you want to impact the energy in your environment? As the day progresses, carry this stoic insight with you. When distractions arise, take a moment to breathe, ground yourself, and refocus. Think, what's the next step I can take today? This is your time to transform how you deal with life's uncertainties. Approaching challenges with a stoic perspective can fundamentally shift your experience. Allow yourself to be the calm amidst the chaos, illuminating the path not just for yourself, but for others as well. As you wrap your mind around these ideas, reflect on this. How will you practice amor fati in the next coming days? What small actions can you take to break free from the grip of fear and embrace the journey ahead? In this journey of embracing the Stoic mindset, let's explore how we can turn challenges into stepping stones. Think of each challenge as an opportunity for growth. Every setback can teach us something valuable if we allow it. You may have noticed how quickly we can get wrapped up in our worries. It's easy to feel overwhelmed, like a wave pulling us under. Yet, remember that you have the power to rise above this. When faced with uncertainty, pause and ask yourself, what can I learn from this moment? Imagine you're faced with a difficult conversation at work. Perhaps it's about feedback that you've been dreading. Instead of fearing the outcome, consider the chance to improve. What insights can you gain from what might initially feel uncomfortable? Transforming fear into curiosity allows constructive dialogue to flow. Every time you tackle a tough situation, remind yourself of the Stoic principle. We cannot control others, but we can control our response. Take a moment to reflect. When was the last time you let a worrying thought take over? How did it feel afterward? Often, the worry was worse than the actual event. Instead of shying away from discomfort, seek it. Every challenge faced is another opportunity to strengthen your resilience. You might feel a bit anxious at first, but embracing the challenge will often spark growth in ways you didn't expect. Let's think about your daily routine. Each morning presents a new chance to embrace the day's events as they come. Wake up with the intention to practice amor fati. Accept whatever happens and see it as part of your journey. Instead of griping about traffic, think of it as extra time to listen to an inspiring podcast or enjoy some music. When you allow life's little disruptions to become sources of annoyance, you miss out on what's truly important, your peace of mind. By shifting your perspective, you build a more resilient mindset. Throughout your day, take the time to express gratitude for the challenges you face. They contribute to who you are becoming. Each hurdle you overcome adds another layer to your character. When you view challenges this way, they become less daunting and more manageable. Now, think about your interactions with others. The energy you bring into each conversation can uplift or bring down the mood. When facing a team project, how do you approach obstacles? As a source of negativity or an inspiring leader? Your mindset will set the tone for the entire group. Let's put this into practice. What if, in moments of stress, you remind yourself to breathe and ground yourself once again? Ask, what can I control? This will help silence the noise in your mind. As you move forward today, focus on taking small, actionable steps. Celebrate each one, no matter how minor. You're training your brain to seek solutions instead of spiraling into overthinking. In our next chapter, we'll explore how to implement daily habits that encourage this stoic perspective. You can create a routine that grounds you and helps you embrace challenges with open arms. Prepare to embark on a journey of self-discovery, learning to see every moment as valuable. The next step awaits. How will you embrace these teachings today? What small change can you make to cultivate the calmness and clarity that a stoic mindset offers? Embrace the adventure ahead. In this next step of our journey, let's focus on establishing daily habits that can encourage a stoic mindset. Building these habits can help you stay centered, even when life gets chaotic. The goal is to create a routine that allows you to embrace challenges and view them as chances for growth. Start your day with intention. When you wake up in the morning, take a few moments to breathe deeply. Feel the air fill your lungs. This simple act grounds you and prepares you for what lies ahead. You might want to think about what challenges you might face that day. Instead of dreading them, ask yourself, how can I turn this into an opportunity? Next, consider journaling as part of your routine. It doesn't have to be lengthy or complicated. Just jot down your thoughts, feelings, and any worries you have. This practice provides a safe space to unload your mind. Writing can reveal patterns in your thinking and help you see how often you let unnecessary worries take over. You will start to understand what truly matters. As your day unfolds, remember the Stoic principle of focusing on what you can control. Let's say you have a meeting coming up. Instead of fixating on potential pitfalls, prepare yourself. Think about the points you want to convey. Build your confidence by reminding yourself that you can control your reactions. What others do is out of your hands. How you respond is what counts. Throughout your day, practice mindfulness. When you encounter a challenge, stop and take a deep breath. Look at the situation clearly and without emotion clouding your judgment. Ask yourself, what is within my control right now? This question helps you redirect your focus from the chaos to the actions you can take. let's talk about your relationships with others. We often let our emotions get the best of us in conversations. Whether it's at home, at work, or with friends, remember that your reaction affects those around you. By staying calm, you not only help yourself, but also create a positive environment for others. Think about a recent disagreement or stressful conversation. How did your state of mind affect the outcome? If you approached it from a place of clarity instead of frustration, what might have changed? This is where your focus can make a significant difference. During your day, express gratitude for the little things. Maybe you faced a tough task but completed it. Acknowledge that achievement. Each small victory contributes to your development. It cultivates a mindset that sees challenges as part of daily life rather than obstacles. And as the day winds down, reflect once more. Consider what you learned from your challenges. Write these lessons in your journal. Understand that every experience adds to your growth. As you embrace this stoic mindset, remember, it's not about avoiding discomfort. It's about facing it with resilience. Each moment of stress is a chance to practice your strength. In our next chapter, we will explore how to handle setbacks. After all, they're part of the journey too. How you respond can change everything. So, as you look forward, think about how you'll approach challenges with openness. What tools will you use to navigate life's ups and downs? Embrace the adventure ahead. As we move on to the next chapter, let's take a close look at how to handle setbacks when they occur. Life will throw challenges your way, and that's a given. The way you respond to these setbacks can shape your entire experience. Imagine you've been working hard on a project, pouring your heart and soul into it. Then, suddenly, everything falls apart. A critical component fails, or feedback reveals major flaws. It's easy to feel overwhelmed and disheartened. But here's where the stoic mindset comes into play. Instead of letting disappointment take hold, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Think of setbacks as an essential part of growth. Every failure carries a lesson, even if it's not immediately clear. Reflect on a past setback you faced. How did it feel then? Now, look back and consider what you learned. Maybe you acquired a new skill or discovered an important truth about your approach. When faced with a setback, start by taking a step back. Breathe. Feel the weight of the moment, but don't let it crush you. Acknowledge your feelings. It's okay to feel frustrated or sad, but don't let those emotions be your guide. Shift your perspective to what lies ahead. Ask, what is within my control now? Focus on actionable steps you can take to address the situation. Instead of dwelling on what went wrong, think about how you can move forward. This can mean reaching out for help, brainstorming new ideas, or reassessing your approach. Let's take a simple example. Imagine you're part of a team that didn't meet a deadline. Rather than blaming others or getting caught up in negativity, focus on solutions. How can you support your teammates? What can you change to prevent this from happening again? When you approach setbacks with a proactive mindset, you demonstrate resilience. Remember, setbacks can also foster connection. Sharing your struggles can bring people together. It creates an opportunity for collaboration and support. By opening up about your experience, you might inspire others facing similar issues. Throughout this process, keep practicing gratitude. Even in tough moments, look for things to be thankful for. Maybe you have supportive friends, or a chance to learn from your mistakes. Cultivating this attitude helps maintain perspective and balance. As you face a setback, try to visualize your path forward. Picture small, manageable steps that can take you from where you are to where you want to be. This visualization can empower you. It reduces the overwhelming nature of setbacks and makes them feel more like stepping stones rather than roadblocks. As the day transitions into night, take time to reflect. Write down what you learned from the setbacks you faced. This will reinforce your growth and prepare you for future challenges. Remember, every experience adds to your wisdom. Next time you encounter a setback, strive to embrace it. Use the Stoic principle of amor fati, loving your fate whatever it may be. Understand that each setback is an opportunity to develop your character and resilience. So, what will you take away from this chapter? How will you prepare yourself to face setbacks head-on? The adventure continues, and each lesson awaits. Embrace the challenges to come with a clear heart and a focused mind. As the sun set on another day, the protagonist found themselves at a crucial crossroads. The weight of past setbacks pressed heavily upon their shoulders, but they had also gathered an arsenal of insights from the Stoic philosophy they had embraced. It was now, or never, the time to implement all they had learned. Sitting at their desk, they stared at the glaring screen, a project looming as the ultimate test of their resolve. Doubts still flickered in their mind. What if they faltered again? What if their efforts were in vain? But then, like a light bulb igniting, they recalled the essence of amor fati. They took a deep breath, grounding themselves, and committed to embracing whatever happened next. The office was quiet. Colleagues were scattered, intent on their own tasks. This was their moment to shine. Instead of focusing on what might go wrong, they shifted their approach and envisioned the project's success. They broke it down into steps, each one manageable and clear. It felt liberating. As they dove deeper into the work, a wave of clarity washed over them. This wasn't just about completing a project. It was about a journey filled with lessons and growth. They started to draft ideas, write paragraphs, mold concepts, all within their control. Each small victory built momentum. During lunch, they gathered with coworkers, this time with a new mindset. Instead of engaging in the usual stress-filled chatter, they sparked conversations about solutions and learning. They encouraged others to share their challenges, transforming what used to feel like burdens into collective opportunities for growth. Laughter broke through the air, and negativity began to dissipate. A few days passed, and the project came to life. Feedback from their boss revealed a mix of appreciation and constructive criticism. Instead of crumbling under the weight of inadequacy, the protagonist welcomed the critique. They recognized it as an essential part of becoming better at what they did. They even took the daring step to present the feedback to the team, inviting input and ideas for improvement. As the team rallied together, something magical happened. They found not just camaraderie, but a shared resolve to embrace challenges as one. Solidarity replaced isolation. Wins became collective, and losses were tackled as a team. But the most significant moment arrived during a crucial presentation. All eyes were on them, and the pressure mounted. Instead of succumbing to anxiety, they drew upon their earlier practices, grounding and reminding themselves of what was within their control. As they shared their insights and embraced vulnerability, they realized they had transformed. With the cocoon of preparation around them, they exuded confidence. The presentation left a mark. Not only did they successfully deliver their points, but they also inspired others to do the same. The room buzzed with a newfound energy, a spark igniting among the team. This wasn't the end. It was a beginning. Days turned into weeks. The protagonist had now found their rhythm. Their mindset had fundamentally shifted. Challenges were no longer daunting. They were stepping stones. Gratitude seeped into their daily routine. They began to see mentors where they had seen obstacles before. As the days unfolded, they kept a journal, not just chronicling setbacks, but celebrating each small victory. Every time they faced a challenge, they would reflect, learn, and apply their insights. Growth wasn't just happening internally. It began to envelop their team and ripple outwards. As they wrapped up their day, they smiled. The transformation was real, palpable. They had learned to dance with life's uncertainties, no longer overwhelmed, but deeply engaged. They understood that maintaining calm in the storm was a continual practice, and they were ready for what lay ahead. In that moment of reflection, the protagonist leaned back in their chair and whispered, "Here's to every challenge that comes my way." They savored the journey, knowing that each experience was a chapter in a larger story worth living. Do you want to keep progressing on the path to serenity? Subscribe now to the channel to receive the next Stoic reflections firsthand. Click like if this content helped you grow. In the comments, share the biggest insight you took away. Your experience may inspire other seekers. And don't hoard wisdom. Send this video to at least 3 friends who need inner balance.